Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode number 8 from the driver's seat. I'm the rooftop shuffler, Little Joel Mearns. This is my fluffy co-host here. This is Carl Slingblade Reed. So we've got a lot going on here, this Tuesday night. So let's quickly just get right into the some of the results, and we'll start with the Accord Speedway.
Accord Speedway Friday night. Lightning Sprints. Taking home the feature win was Richwood Jr., followed by Doug Norrie, Peter Dance, Peter Sint, and rounding out the top 5 was Kyle Smith. Pure stock finish once again went to Dan Speedling. Once again, second place Ray Tarantino. Yeah. Nick Johnson, Steve Smalley, and Dom Marguglio.
Well, you got Marguglio right, but it's not Steve Smalley. It's Steve Smalley. Whatever. Hey,
works.
Listen, though, in that feature event, though, I do have to give a shout-out to a good friend of mine, Brent Shattuck. First time up at the Accord Speedway this year, comes home with a 6th-place finish. Nice job. A former runner down here at Orange County and also with Bethel Motor Speedway. Pro stock race at Accord Speedway, a little exciting.
Taking home the win was, once again, Emerson Cargain Jr., followed by Paul Aragon, Dave Demarest, Bill Ryan.
There you go.
And Jim Sykes, rounding out the top 5.
Sound it out. Alrighty, so we move right on into the Spec Sportsman division. At 15-year-old sensation Tyler Dipple picks up the win. Tyler Boniface was second. Kyle Van Duzer, the Concrete Kid, comes home in third. Mike Dubois was fourth, and rounding out the top 5 was Ken Boniface Jr. Picking up the Sportsman win up at the Accord Speedway, none other than Kevin Ward. I do believe that's win number 2 up there this season. Of course, defending track champion. The Montgomery Missile, Anthony Perego, back there in spot number 2. The Triple Nickel of the Kingston Cruiser, Greg McCloskey, finishes 3rd. Brad Shaleski is 4th. Mike Barrett rounds out the top 5. Let's talk about the modified division because the wild child, Andy Bicchetti, the reign is now over. So DC, Danny Creedon picks up the win, and
now anybody that watched last week would know that we actually put a small bounty on Andy Bicchetti.
We wanted it to be a little bit more, but obviously, nobody really wanted to ante up. But for those of you who know Danny Creedon, let him know that courtesy of From the Driver's Seat, we have an extra $60 coming to him. I'll tell you, a great job up there. Finishing second, Danny Creedon's boss, driving Danny Creedon's backup car, Donnie Elliott from Elliott's Automotive right here in Middletown, New York. Mighty Mike Rickey finished 3rd. Danny Tyler was 4th. And the wild child, Andy Bicchetti, comes home in 5th. And I'll tell you what, if that's going to be his worst finish of the year, it's still
not bad.
Absolutely.
Not bad.
But great job to the bad boy himself, Danny Creedon. And again, courtesy of Richard Burroughs Trucking and Kenny and myself here from the driver's seat, an extra $60 to Danny Creedon. We'll get that to him. Well, I know where he works, so we'll get that to you, Danny. Congratulations. Nice job on that.
Good job.
Yeah, we'll move right into Accord Speedway points.
Points, yeah.
Let's do that.
Leading the way in the Fireball 4 cylinders is Walt Henry. Keith Henry follows by 14 points, I believe. The Lightning Sprints leading the way is Peter Dance, followed by Joe Scappa, Phil Bissett, Kyle Smith, and Joe Bonetti. Pure Stock points. Don't think we need to say it. Dan Speedling leading the way over Ray Tarantino by 30 points. Nick Johnson, John Winoski, and Don Marguglio finish round out top 5.
Awesome.
Pro stock points. Again, I don't think it needs to be said.
No.
Emerson Cargain Jr. Leading the way by 52 points over Paul Aragon. John Rose, John Rude, and Ralph Ronk round out the top 5.
Well, obviously a little mix-up there, a little change in the top 5 in points there. John Rose wasn't too far behind, but from what I heard, had some problems there in the pro stock race. Unfortunately, I didn't go up there this past Friday night, but Paulie Aragon, second year in the pro stock ranks, and one of those low buck racer kind of guys.
Yep.
Great dude, absolutely awesome guy to talk to, and Paulie moves into second, not bad, awesome. So let's move right into the Spec Sportsman division. Now leading the way, taking over the number 1 spot, that's the Concrete Kid, Kyle Van Duzer. He puts Tommy Johnson back to spot number 2. Tyler Dipple, the 15-year-old sensation, he sits 3rd in points. Andrew Reeves having a great year up at the Accord Speedway. He's sitting in spot number 4 right now. The Irishman, Patrick Murphy. This guy, I think, is under the radar here. He's kind of the sleeper in this division. Very consistent, and another one of those low buck guys, but another great guy. You go up to him, you talk to him. but he's sitting 5th right now in points. Move on to the sportsman division. Anthony Perego leads the way over Greg McCloskey. Vinny DeSico sits 3rd. Kevin Ward is 4th, and Davey Werber rounds out the top 5. Moving into the modified division right now, of course, it's the wild child, Andy Bicchetti, but chipping away at the block there is the driver of the RC1, DC Danny Creedon. He sits 2nd. Mike Rickey is 3rd. Jerry Higbee 4th, and Showtime Danny Tyler rounds out the top 5. So now we move into Hamlin Speedway. Of course, courtesy of, we want to help out my good buddy there, Steve Patos. He's the head announcer up there at Hamlin Speedway, located in Hamlin, Pennsylvania. We'll start off with the All-Star Slingshots. Was Mac Brink bringing home the win. The 270cc sprints, Jacob Hendershot. 600 wingless sprints was Kyle Lick. Stage 1 modifieds goes to Brett Smith. The SB1s, which I'm not really sure what they are, but we'll find out. That goes to Colin Dubois. Thomas Strupp wins the Junior Slingshot feature event. Super Slingshots was Dale Kober. And rookie 270cc sprints was Glenn McComber. And the rookie 600cc wingless sprints was Riley McCluskey.
You'll get it. Sound it out.
Moczulski. Sorry about that, Riley, but we're giving it a shot. So, Hamlin Speedway racing every Saturday evening from April through September. The next event of the 2012 season will unfold June 22nd and 23rd, as all 8 divisions. Regular show will be presented in 2 consecutive nights of racing. Competition as the Speedway springs into summer with the 2-day Sizzler events. That also offers the traditional Friday night picnic. Pit gates open at the Speedway at 1 p.m., drivers' meetings at 4:45, hot laps are at 5, and the racing begins at 6 p.m. sharp. So admission prices for regular shows are adult $8, seniors $4, children under 6 are free, pit pass is $20. The new general admission bonus pack is available for families, and it consists of 4 general admission tickets plus $20 in food vouchers for $40 and a savings of $12. That's up at the Hamlin Speedway, and that's for my good buddy there, Steve Pato. So we will be covering Hamlin Speedway as much as we can, just as long as Steve sends us the results. So what do we got next here? So we did Accord Speed, we did the points, the results. We hit Hamlin Speedway. What are we doing?
On to Bethel.
Moving right on to Bethel Speedway.
Saturday night, Bethel Motor Speedway. Picking up the 4-cylinder novice feature win was Joe Smith. 4-cylinder advance went to Walt Henry. BMS Modified was once again Willie Nickerson. And taking home the Pro Stock feature win was Jim Hill.
And I had a front row seat to that one right there, and I'll tell you what, we'll get into that a little bit later on. But moving into the Bandoleros, Christian Akes and Joe Graff Jr., they picked up the Junior Bandolero race, and so many Bandoleros up there, they had to have 2 features. Picking up the Legends, Young Lion Semi-Pro was Matt Evans. Alessandro Vitelli picks up the Legend Pro Masters division, and of course the Sportsman winner was none other than Richie Coons, and a great race there as well. So that'll do it for the Bethel Motor Speedway. Are we're moving into some of the clips that we have from this past weekend?
Yep. Okay. They had a an impromptu practice session, I guess you could call it, on the short track they have here on front stretch at Orange County Fair Speedway now.
Yeah, which we believe will be opening July 13th, which is the start of the Orange County Fair.
Correct.
So that short track. I'll tell you, Joe Cotta came down with his 600 Sprinter, and I'll tell you, he could get around that little place.
I'll tell you, there was a couple slingshots that were really hooking up on it. There wasn't a whole lot of people there, just a few to test it out. And, I like what I saw. I actually look forward to seeing some racing on there.
So also keep in mind that that racing will be going on July 13th. That's the start of the fair. I do believe it's going to be the Friday night.
Friday night,
okay.
Yeah.
There's going to be 6 or 7 shows, I believe, right? What he was saying?
I'm not sure. I think there's 2 during the fair, and I'm not sure what the rest of the plans are. But if you want more information on that, call the Orange County Fair Speedway office, 845-342-2573. So we're going to take a look at some clips from that practice, and also some clips from Saturday night at Orange County.
So we'll be right back with that and all the results from Orange County Fair Speedway.
I'm all loaded up and ready to go. I take her out north through the mountains.
So I hope you guys enjoyed some of the clips that we had here, from this past week and also this past weekend. Let's quickly go right into the Orange County Fair Speedway results.
Taking home the street stock feature win was Kevin Skelly.
Had to earn that one, I heard.
Oh yeah. Matt Burke started up front, and he led it for a while, but Skelly just got him.
Yep.
And taking home the pro stock feature win, which was short, and we'll get to that later, was Bobby Shade. Picking up the rookie sportsman division win was Tyler Dipple, followed by our good friend Christian Rumsey.
Nice job, Christian. Moving on to the dirt car sportsman division, BK Speed, Brian Crummell. He picks up the win and actually gets to keep it this week too. So nice job there for Brian. The big block modifieds, well, it goes to none other than the Monticello Maniac, Timmy Hindley. So let's quickly talk about this pro stock feature event.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was pretty much a replay of what happened a couple weeks ago. For some reason, these guys just want to destroy their stuff.
Let me start by saying that we were suspended for 2 weeks. I did go up to the Bethel Speedway Saturday night. I had a great time from the time I got there to the time I left. Very friendly. What do you need? How's it going? You know what I'm saying? I got to give a big thanks to Gary O'Donnell, Larry O'Donnell. Those guys, awesome. Helped me out. Andy Regan as well. That's Larry's car owner. Tracy from Bethel. George Van Ardsdale. All those. I mean, just an awesome time. We finished 8th. We had a good time. It's going to be interesting to see what the Orange County Speedway management is going to do with the parties involved. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
I'll tell you what. My personal opinion is pretty much the whole division is involved at this point.
Absolutely, and I said it last week. Get rid of the whole class.
Maybe it's time to sit them all down for a month, and when they have these $30,000 cars sitting in the garage for a month, maybe they'll say, "Hey, we need to calm it down."
Well, you know what? I may be a little out of line by this statement, but you know what? They tossed me for 2 weeks, and maybe it wasn't just me. Maybe it was the whole class. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's time that maybe the management should take a look at everybody in the entire division and just sit everybody down. You know what, guys? We're doing this for you. There's only 9 cars here, and this is the way you guys are going to act, and you know what I mean. And that's how you're going to race. You know what? We'd rather not have you here. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. So, but okay. So then that's going to do it for the Orange County Fair Speedway results and everything. I do believe we will be back with Tracy.
Tracy, yeah.
And from the Bethel Motors Speedway. And I believe she has a guest with her. I don't know who it's going to be just yet, but rumor has it might be Richie Coons. If not, then we'll have to see what happens. And then so we'll be back in a second with Tracy from Bethel Motors Speedway. Richie Coons, a sportsman standout from the Bethel Motors Speedway, along with Tracy Chirico. See, I said that right. That's nice. I can work with that. So Tracy is the business operations manager up at the Bethel Motors Speedway. I guess they call you the Bomb. That's the Bomb, right? Nice. So Tracy, let's talk about a little bit of what you guys have going on here for the 2012 season, and then we're gonna get to your driver here, Richie.
Well, the sportsman is our headline division, obviously. We've got drivers like Rich who are, good drivers, and they keep the fans entertained. And it's always interesting to see dirt cars on asphalt.
Yes. It's also interesting to drive dirt cars on asphalt.
I guess you did that last night. Yep. So. We've got a jam-packed schedule all season long. Our grandstand admission is only $6. You can bring the whole family out.
Awesome. Now, when I got there last night, there was you guys had you gave everybody 2 sets of hot laps, time permitting, which is awesome. You know, for a guy like myself who only gets up there every once in a while, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to do that. But you had you guys have a program going on for some of the younger drivers. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
what
we do.
exactly?
We have the Young Racers program, and what our permit allows us to do is 2 Saturdays a month for 4 cylinders and bandoleros. We can run practice for drivers 18 and under. From 3 to 4 at 4 o'clock, we can add legends.
Nice, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about the schedule too. You guys have the Empire trucks coming in. Plus, you also have Bethel stock. Let's definitely
stock.
Legend stock.
Legend stock.
See, I'm from the area. We get stuck with that Woodstock
August
stuff.
4th.
So August 4th. Let's talk about that. The Legend stock.
Legend stock is a national qualifier for the legends. It gives them a provisional starting spot at the INEX Asphalt Nationals.
Nice.
Which will be held in October. So, you know, we've had a couple of guys go down there and make out very well.
Awesome. Also, the Empire trucks. Now, that is. Tell me a little bit about that. The
Empire trucks has gotten off to a very slow start because
Okay.
I'm sure you saw a whole bunch of them last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do.
I thought they were on the schedule. I wasn't exactly sure.
Yeah, basically what it is we're, as a racetrack, we're sanctioned through them, so we're trying to build a division. We do have a regional tour race in September 22nd,
Okay.
which should draw trucks from, you know, all over the place.
Very nice. Now, also, you know, what we, myself, you know, first time at the Speedway with the Pro Stock, but I've been there in the past. Now, you guys also have a program where if you've never raced there before, that you get in for free?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Sportsman cars, Pro Stocks, and BMS Modifieds.
Okay.
The first time that you come, we waive the car and driver entry fee, and we basically let you try out the track for nothing.
Awesome. That's great. I'll tell you, I went up there last night. It was $30 for me to get in. We finished 8th in the feature, and I walked out of there with $40, and I actually made $10. You know, it was great. It really was. I went over to the concession stand. I bought 3 bottles of water. It was $3. I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? I was absolutely floored. But each and every Saturday night, up at it's in White Lake, New York, I do believe, right? Bethel Motor Speedway, quarter-mile asphalt track, and what's
Just
that?
repaved last
Just
year.
repaved, and I'll tell you, it's fast.
Yeah.
It's fast. We hit halfway last night, and I was crying. Please throw a yellow. I'm very tired. Yeah, no. So, all right. So you brought Richie Coons with you, of course. Richie, longtime racer down here at the Orange County Fair Speedway. What was it that you know? You're a former track champion here, multi-feature winner. I mean, you name it, you've won it. What was the deciding factor for you to decide to go from, you know, such a big dirt track to a very small asphalt track?
I wanted to try something new, basically, and that's basically what I wanted to, you know, try something new. And I never ran on blacktop before, so figured I'll give it a shot. And you know, stuff was going on down here that in Orange County that I didn't care for, and still don't. But they just don't improve.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, let's. How hard of a transition was it from dirt to asphalt?
It was pretty tricky because you know, you drive it in hard at Middletown and you slide the car, and here you can't slide the car.
Yes.
It's quite a bit of different.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to smoke the tires on blacktop because you just heat them up and they'll go away from you. But
Now, what kind of tire are you guys allowed to run up there for the
it's
sports
still
cars?
dirt hard Hoosier tires.
Okay.
Same thing we run at Middletown.
Very nice.
Same thing.
Now,
It's
obviously,
the same rules at Middletown. Matter of fact.
how many seasons have you been up there now? I believe you're.
This is the third year.
Third year up
Yeah.
there. So right now, obviously, you're coming off a win from Saturday night.
Yeah.
So outstanding job with that. I'll tell you,
Thank you.
it kind of the he kind of bested the entire field out there. I mean, it was an awesome run. Not to mention, you're also leading the points.
Yes.
So. Let's talk about some of the sponsors you got on the side of the car.
Yeah,
there this year.
I got Marchese Chevrolet where I work. They helped me out, and then I also got Eagles Body Shop here in Middletown.
Nice. Yeah.
And they did my paint work for me and stuff that I needed.
Yeah, absolutely great looking race car.
Thank you.
And so, what's do you guys plan on racing anywhere else this year, or are you just going to stick to Bethel?
We'll probably
or-
come back to Eastern States. You know, I like to come back to that every year. We'll see what goes on.
Yeah,
But as far as I know, that's what, you know. Otherwise, no. We're just going to stay at Bethel.
Well, good deal. I'll tell you what, you're doing an awesome job up there. And did you think that the competition was going to be as tough as it is up there?
Oh, I knew it was. I knew a few guys that ran there, and there were Jeff Richardson last year. He was real tough. And
Doesn't matter
Conklin.
where Jeff goes, he's pretty
Yeah,
tough.
you know, and he helps you. Honestly, he helps you out with telling you a little bit here and there. And
Unless he's racing against you.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Just blow that tire right up
That's
to
it.
45 pounds. It'll be good.
yeah.
But all right, so Tracy, let's also talk a little bit about some of the other stuff that you guys have going on. I know this Saturday night, I think, is
this
a
coming
meet and greet.
Saturday is camera night. We're gonna put all the cars out on the racetrack and let the spectators come out and basically meet and greet with the drivers. So instead of our usual 7 o'clock start time, we're gonna actually just run one round of practice, and we're gonna start racing at 6.
Well, I can tell you, back in 1995, which seems so long ago now, that's when I first started racing. Was up there at well, back then it was Sullivan County Speedway, but they did a meet and greet, and that was the first time. I think it was 17 years old, and a little kid came up and asked me for my autograph, and I thought I was Brett Hearn after that, you know. So that's a really cool thing that those
we
guys
had an
do.
incredible turnout for it last year. I mean, we literally had cars stacked 3 deep on the racetrack from turn 1 all the way through turn 3.
Yeah, and you know what it is too is I can remember being a little kid and doing that kind of stuff, and you know how involved, you know, that some of the drivers would get with the little kids. You know what I mean? Because these are the kids that are going to be the future for the sport of racing. You know what I mean? And you know, Accord Speedway does the same thing, and you know, I think some of the speedways should really take
Yeah, I mean,
note.
every week we do at least one driver of the week, and we give them pictures, and they autograph the pictures and take them out in the grandstands during intermission,
That's awesome.
just to interact with the kids and keep the kids involved.
Right. Now let's also discuss your Bandolero division, because I'll tell you what, them things they move, and you guys
do.
had to run 2 features of those.
Well, yeah,
last time.
last night we had such an incredible car count, you know, that we figured it was in everybody's best interest. The kids get better seat time, and it works better for them. You know, so we actually split the race in half.
You know, it's one of those racetracks where, you know, a young kid can actually get their feet wet into racing, and they learn how to drive, and then it's you know, what you guys have done up there with the place is absolutely awesome. You know, like I said earlier in the show, from the time I got there to the time I left, you know, I knew I was back home again. You know, it was just you know, the politeness, the thank you for coming. You know, a thank you goes a long way.
Oh,
Richie,
yeah.
you know that as
Yeah,
well as I do.
definitely,
You know,
definitely.
so. But okay, so then that's going to do it for Richie Coons. Of course, he is the sportsman leader of the points right now up at the Bethel Motor Speedway. Tracy, Chirico, don't worry about it. So Tracy, we appreciate you guys being on the show, and I'll tell you what. If you guys love short track racing and you're into NASCAR, definitely want to stop up there, Bethel Motor Speedway up there in White Lake, New York. You got a phone number they can give a call?
845-319-7908.
So, and go on up there, watch this guy up here tear the asphalt up. I'll tell you what, an awesome run last night, and we appreciate you guys being on the show. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you having us.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. You know, I never knew you talk so much. Right?
Yeah, I don't listen.
So that's going to do it now for Richie Coons and Tracy from the Bethel Motor Speedway. We'll be back with our final thoughts. Okay, so then we just had Tracy and Richie Coons from Bethel Motor Speedway on here, and you know, doing great things up there. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things going on this weekend. Of course, Friday night up at the Accord Speedway, June 22nd, KB Photos Night. Of course, racing all divisions. The Fireball four cylinders, they'll be up there right now, and Walt Henry having himself a great year, leading the points at 2 tracks right now with those 4 cylinders, and that's awesome. Let's well, Bethel Motor Speedway. Tracy already told you what was going on. Let's go right into Orange County. What do we got going on there?
Orange County Fair Speedway, June 23rd is Arkell Motors Middletown Auto Collision Night. Modified sportsman, rookie sportsman in the street stocks, and it's also part 2 of the King of the Track series. So I guess they'll be crowning a new King of the Track next weekend.
So right now, I do believe Timmy Heinle. So far, you know, it's going to depend on where he finishes next week, but he seems to be the guy to beat in that one. Also, keep in mind Hamlin Speedway. They're racing again Saturday night. I do believe I gave all the information there earlier. So again, you know, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what you know, OCFS management does with the you know, the pro stock incident here from this past Saturday night. And the only thing I have to say with that is right there. That's all I got to say. Hey, where's Sean? So I guess that's going to do it for us. We're all done. Are we
We're all done.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. This is From the Driver's Seat. I'm the rooftop shuffler, Little Joel Mearns. This is my fluffy friend. Did you forget your name? Carl Slingblade Reed. He doesn't really say a whole lot. But we appreciate you watching. And, again, we want to apologize to all the Port Jervis and Deer Park people. You know, we had
a couple technical malfunctions last
Kenny
week.
wrote on the CD, and it scratched it, so we apologize for that. Also, want to wish all the dads out there happy Father's Day. I know that was, we tape on Sunday, but they'll see it, Tuesday.
I hope you had a good one.
Yeah, and hopefully nobody had a few drinks and drove home, So, all right, that's going to do it from the driver's seat. We'll see you next week, 7 o'clock, Channel 23. That's Hudson Valley.
Hudson Valley, Middletown, Sullivan County, Newburgh, Poughkeepsie, and then 8 o'clock in Port Jervis.
All righty. We'll see you next week.